station to bring you this important message.
Yo, it's Remember the Show. Slick with the flows, where the sparring can go. Who's gonna be on, man, you never will know. Guess you better tune in, cause we live from Chicago. Belal Muhammad, that's the king of the tweets. Jason Anik looks like John, step his hands to his feet. Every Thursday, we gonna give you a treat. It's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat. And retweet, and retweet, and retweet. And retweet, it's Remember the Show, hit play and repeat.
Yes, what is up? Episode 102. Remember the Show. Jason Anik joined as always by the #1 UFC welterweight contender, Belal Muhammad. Dude, 102 of these things. Gotta love it. Where are you? You in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago right now.
Okay, I can't tell with the background there. Looks I don't see a poster.
You need to put up my posters. I got like all my posters. I got the frames for them, but they're like so hard to put in the frames to like not get them bent up. So I'm like, I'm about to just go get them professionally made. It's like,
yeah, any handymen in Chicago want to pay a visit. Belal Muhammad, put up some posters with.
Yeah, somebody hit me up
with the best athlete in the city of Chicago. I might add, right? Good to see you, brother.
Haters from that. They're like, bro, what are you talking about? Justin Fields will kill you in a 40-yard dash. I'm like, bro, well, who would win in a fight? Like,
right. And or we could box. But you certainly are the most accomplished athlete in Chicago, right? And based on your winning streak, it used to be a conversation who's the greatest quarterback in the NFL, and Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. Brady's certainly the most accomplished. Can't take that away from him. You've accomplished more than Justin Fields, have you not?
No, exactly. At this point, I mean, I still love the Bears. I mean, the Bears, the Bulls, they're always going to be loved more than me. But once I get the belt around my waist, then
telling you,
we're gonna climb the rankings. We're gonna be right underneath Jordan.
I love it. So Vegas Golden Knights win the cup. I believe the parade is going to be down the Vegas Strip on Saturday night. How about that? But anyway, Chicago, you can be sure if you win the welterweight championship of the world, my brother will be flying to Chicago to try and get you a parade.
Man, that'd be epic. Sure. Yeah.
Anyway, so before we get to the topics, I just had to ask you this because I sort of chomp on different things. So I guess Michael Chandler said he can almost guarantee a McGregor fight by the end of 2023. So I ask you, who do you think's more likely to fight in 2023, Conor McGregor or Colby Covington? Because I'm not going to believe either one of them until I see it.
Man, honestly, it's starting to get really annoying.
I'm sure.
Yeah, especially with the whole Colby Leon thing. I'm like, Leon's out here playing soccer when, all right, you could take a chance of getting hurt. Yeah, something could happen over there, bro. And it's like you're embarrassing us because you're the welterweight champion and you're getting goals freaking launched at you so easily, bro. I'm like, come on, man. Be athletic. Show me something out there. But, I mean, I'm hoping it's Colby. For me, I don't think McGregor is going to be fighting this year. I think Colby's never left the testing pool. So I think that fight hopefully will be announced sometime soon. But with the McGregor thing, I think they said he has 2 more days left before he can't fight this year. I think they said if he fight in 2 days, if he gets up to USADA, but I think USADA really doesn't matter. McGregor makes his own rules. UFC is going to let him happen. I think they're going to probably test him 3 times in 1 week and be like, all right, he's clean. Let's just go.
It's hard for me to disagree with what you just said.
Dude, anyway, am I right?
But it is interesting, because Colby, man, it's like Abu Dhabi's creeping. I don't know, man. I talked to some people that definitely like think he's going to fight, but it's like based on what? I'd love to see Belal, remember the name Muhammad, punch that ticket.
Yeah, I mean, I think my brother said that he just heard his manager's interview, and his manager was saying, yeah, we wanted Leon to fight Leon's manager. We wanted him to fight in August. He was ready to fight in August, but then they said the August is taken by Sean O'Malley. Then they said September is taken by Izzy Adesanya. Then they said October's taken by Islam. And I'm like, bro, they have 2 title fights in every card. Like, what are you talking about? So I don't know. I want to know what's going on behind the scenes, but none of it really makes sense to me. But all I can do is keep getting better, right? I'm just going to keep getting better. I'm actually going to Mexico Saturday to go help Yair train for his fight against Volkanovski. So we're training with Yair. We're training with Habib. We're training with Marvin Vettori. We're getting all this action now.
I love it. Hey, so since you brought it up, I didn't expect to go down this road, but did Moicano say he expects that to be not a close fight at all? Correct? Giving Yair no shot. I give Yair a great shot.
I was sitting here listening to that. I was like, Money Moicano, come on, bro. I mean, I think it's more so trying to get attention, trying to get clicks.
Well, he got it.
Obviously, Volkanovski's a beast. Volkanovski's really good, but people do not understand how crazy and hard it is to fight a guy like Yair, who comes from all different angles. You don't know what he's going to throw at you, and all it takes is one wrong move, one zig when you should have zagged, and you can get knocked out. Just going back to that Korean Zombie fight, he knocked him out with the craziest elbow, probably one of the craziest knockouts in history. He knocked out Feely with a jumping scissor kick. We've seen him throw like a somersault kick against Dan Hooker. Like, if you're Volkanovski, how could you find a training partner to mimic that style? You can't. So for me, it's going to be fun going out there training with him because I want to see what new tools he has and what new tools he brings to the table. And then you're training with a guy like me, you're going to be ready for any type of fight.
I love it all day long. That PI not ready down there yet, certainly, but will be soon. All right, so let's get right into the topics, man. What a weekend in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. 6-0 for the fighters on the card. Dude, unbelievable. That building, the electricity in that building, and for the Canadian, I tell you what, I don't bet on MMA, but if you bet on all Canadian fighters, man, could have been a nice ticket coming back. But it was incredible, man. What a city. I wish you had been there. It was really a just incredible city. What a night. And we'll get to the main event, the co-main event. Give me some takeaways. It was incredible, man.
Man, I was bummed. I was like, man, the energy over there looked crazy. I was having fans like messaging me like, oh, bro, I thought you said you were coming. We saw Jason here. And it was like funny to see those type of things. So it's cool. But yeah, the crowd looked crazy. The energy from there was nuts. That whole thing, the railing falling down.
Yeah,
I was
right?
like, bro, what the heck? That was so close to injuring him. And I was like, that could have went so bad, but it was so cool that it ended up being that way. And he ended up still winning, so it didn't distract him from his fight. But, Amanda Nunes retiring, Oliveira winning a huge fight. That was just to me, it was a solid pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I felt like some of those cards that often are slept on, everyone's sort of grumbling, not the best card. A nice little tight 11 fights. My brother appreciates when there's 11 fights and not 15. You can be sure.
Bro, and then you got Canada. Like, people were talking about Canadian MMA is dead, and you have every single one of the Canadians winning. That's
Took the words out of my mouth. Absolutely. And Mike Malott, man, he's a problem. And it's interesting. You see, it must be interesting for you. He is a welterweight. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It's interesting for you. Some of these guys coming up, Ian Gary, Mike Malott, it's like if a different era, but this division, I think, has a bright future, even as many years are coming. The UFC is just stacked, bro.
Yeah, bro. Every single day, every single week, there's a new fighter coming up. There's a new guy, new hype train. And especially for him with Canada, they need that. They're looking for that star. You can just tell that he's ready to take those reins, right? He's a guy that's been in the game for a while. He's been a coach, some of the best fighters. He's been at Alpha Male, so he's been in there already. He's comfortable in there, and he looked comfortable with all that hype. Like, he had a lot of hype behind him, and he showed that the hype is real. So it's cool to see that. And even for being a young fighter, he didn't let the moment get bigger than him.
So we'll move along because we have a game show tonight. Let's get to why they consider the greatest women's mixed martial artists of all time, Amanda Nunes. I know this has been said, but that is how you want to walk away. Those of you who don't, and we'll get to Juliana Pena real quick, but those of you who don't know the National Football League, John Elway, great Denver Broncos quarterback. He won back-to-back Super Bowls, meaning he won the Super Bowl in 2 consecutive years and then retired and walked away. So happy to see Nunes walk away at the top after a performance like that. I know your team, Pena. I know you would have liked to see her get another crack. I would too. What a magical night for Amanda Nunes to walk away.
Yeah, of course. But, dude, for having her, one of the best women's MMA fighters ever, I think she definitely is the GOAT in women's MMA. To have her go out like that in a dominant win, you can't ask for a better story book ending, right? If you're Amanda Nunes, her family, she has another baby on the way. You could just tell she wants to be more of a mother instead of a fighter, but she still has the fight in her. Like, that's one of her best performances she's had in quite a while, right? And to dominate somebody like Irene Aldana, who, bro, she wasn't coming out like Irene. The moment got too big for her. I feel like she wasn't ready for that, and we've seen it happen before in like number one contender fights where she'll choke a little bit, like against Holly Holmes, and then she fought for the title outside of the UFC. In Invicta, she choked a little bit. In this fight, like, she had no moment where she didn't have that Mexican pride in her where she wanted to just go out on her shield. She didn't have that moment for her. And I mean, you're fighting Amanda Nunes, who's like, you think about her, you dream about her, you probably watched her outside of the UFC, and now you're in the cage with her. I understand that because I've had moments like that when I fought guys like Damian Maia, and I'm like, dang, I'm fighting Damian Maia.
Yep.
But you just got to get that out of your head. For her to, I thought by like the 4th or 5th round, you have to put it all on the line. She did it. Amanda Nunes gets it. I think that retirement's going to stick. I don't think she's one of those that's going to come back. I think she's going to stay out on top. I think Juliana Pena definitely hates that. She was like, I was messaging her before the 5th round, and I was like, bro, make sure you jump the cage, go into the cage. And she's like, really? I think I am. And I was like, oh man, it's gonna be sick. And then when I saw him retiring, I'm like, don't jump, don't do it. Right? So it was cool to see that whole thing. But you got to respect her. Even Juliana Pena, obviously, with Amanda Nunes being gone, I think she's gonna be fighting for the title next. And people could hate on her, say what they want about her, but she believes in herself no matter what. If you're a fighter, you're 1-1 with anybody, you want to get that 3rd fight. Obviously, that trilogy fight would have been huge for money and just for her legacy as well. Because, like I said, she was training hard for this fight. She was ready for it. The injury happens. It sucks, but, she's a competitor at heart. So, obviously, she really respects Amanda Nunes, but she just wanted that fight. So, she's going out there for the cameras and doing her interviews and stuff like that because now she's a new face of the women's MMA, right? There's none of the – Holly Holmes is a big name, but she's not really a talker like that. Raquel Pennington's she's been in the game for a while, but none of these girls really talk. Juliana Pena can take the reins right now, talk her way to the top, and she could be a champion for a while.
I hear you. She can run her mouth for all of them combined. You can be sure. So moving on to Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. Just wow, man. I mean, I know Beneil Dariush, man. I saw him in Vancouver. He looked great, felt great, man. It's like I just, Dariush, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't think there's been a lot of talk, comparing him slightly to Aldana, moment too big. I don't think that was the case. Charles Du Bronx, when he's in that zone, it just looks like he's on another level, man. What a performance, huh?
Bro, hindsight is, what is it? Hindsight is 2020. I'm sitting there looking at it before the fight. And I'm like, oh, Beneil's going to kill him. I thought Beneil was going to dominate him. He's better on the ground, on the feet. Beneil has to stand up. And then I'm thinking back and I'm looking at it after the fight. And I was like, I forgot how good, how powerful Oliveira is. He has bricks in his hands. And even on the ground, he was so good. Beneil, he took him down, but, he really didn't do much on the ground because Oliveira was threatening in certain situations. Then when he got back to the feet, Oliveira just went right at him. Oliveira wasn't afraid of anything that Beneil was throwing at him. And Beneil's one of those guys that will take a punch to give a punch, but you do not want to take a punch from Oliveira. He just hits so hard. We've heard it from Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler, all these guys say, man, when he hits you, it's like, it's different. And to put a guy like that to sleep, it's crazy because I feel so bad for Beneil to be on that huge streak. He should have gotten his chance at the title shot. And, now where does he go from here? It's going to be 2 years delay, and none of these bigger names are going to want to fight him. They didn't want to fight him on a huge streak. Now they're not going to want to fight him on a loss. So it sucks for him. But if I'm Oliveira, you've already beaten everybody in the top 5, right? And you've been calling for that rematch. Hopefully, I don't know. For me, I would definitely be excited to watch Islam versus him. But if I'm Islam, you dominated him. You haven't fought Gaethje. You haven't fought Poirier. Those are huge names, big paydays. It's like, what does Islam really want? What does the UFC want? I think Oliveira is a superstar. I think they would want to definitely make that fight. And I think he's earned it by beating a guy like Beneil. To lose and then come right back at it, finishing a guy like Beneil in the first round is crazy.
Very difficult to know exactly how it'll navigate moving forward. And we've certainly seen at times some champions have more say than others in terms of where, when, whom, and money talks too. So we'll see. Speaking of champions, I got as much respect for Aljamain Sterling as I do any fighter in the UFC. So unless I'm mistaken, Cody, because I didn't see this in a lot of places, but there he is, yellow shades to boot. Welcome to the program. Long overdue, ladies and gentlemen, the Schmo.
Schmo feels like he's out of the Matrix. This is Jason Anik, the better-looking Anik. Pleasure to be on the show. Good to see you, Belal.
Oh, and there he is. Fresh off that clean knockout 5 days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, Aiemann Zahabi, UFC bantamweight. What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Glad to be here. I'm happy I finally made it on. I just have to knock a guy out in 1 minute. Thanks, Belal. We're Muslim brothers over here. Salam alaikum, bro.
Right? Both these guys been saying they wanted to come on, bro. If I knew that people were thirsty to come on, I slid in your DMs a minute ago. I was like, I just hate to be denied. I slide in DMs and guys be like, nah, I'm busy that day. I'm like, dang,
only for guaranteed stuff.
My brother, I appreciate you, man. Congrats on a huge victory. That was an amazing win. You don't have no scratches on your face. How does it feel to have a win like that from Canada? It's crazy, right?
It's not easy being this pretty, dog. I gotta be careful. No, it feels great. I was so happy to do it in Canada. Honestly, the Ole Ole was a dream come true for me, and to win like that, especially after coming off a couple of losses and now stringing 3 together, it's an unbelievable feeling.
Obviously, you're going to have extra pressure coming from being in the corner of George St. Pierre, having your brother in the corner. Like, do you feel that extra pressure when you're thinking about your career and where you should be, or with what your next fight should be? Like, do you feel like, man, I should start calling bigger names out like that right now?
No, I don't feel any pressure, man. Those guys are great. There's no better people on earth than those two guys, George and Frost. Can't ask for better role models. Never put pressure on anything. They just want me to go out there and be my best. So no pressure from them. But for me, I'm excited to put 2 fights together in 1 year, man. The 3, and like just get, so like we're working on that now. So hopefully I'll be back in the fall, and we're just gonna go from there, and then hopefully string a few and get a title run. I would love to fight for the belt one day. That's a dream, I just saw they announced Corey Sandhagen versus Umar, so that's gonna be crazy. The bantamweight division is too sick. It's a crazy division to be in.
I was literally about to ask you that. Like, they just made that fight. You're in one of the most stacked divisions, but I tell people, man, your ground game is so good. People sleep on that. They don't know how it is. Yeah. Now you're getting knockouts, but you're good everywhere. You're one of those guys that could take the fight wherever you want it to go. Yeah,
actually, the plan for this fight was take him down. But we didn't get that far. But, I wanted to test his BJJ because, Cody Durden took him down, but I think I have a little bit more of a control top game than Cody. Like, I have more submission attempts. I feel like I could have done more submission attempts, against Eric Lang and compared to Jay Perrin too. But I saw that he was weak on the takedown. So that was the long-term plan, was take him down maybe once in round 1, maybe a couple times in round 2, and break him down. By round 3, he usually gets tired. So try to finish him in round 3. But, hey, man, I'll take a first-round finish any day.
Hey, Schmo, I was really disappointed not to cross paths. Well, because I couldn't find you anywhere in Vancouver. Your boots were not on the ground. Is that correct?
Yeah, the Schmo was taken to other places. We were in Los Angeles that day, but we watched the fight. It was great. Can't wait to go to Canada one of these good days. But it was great card. Underrated.
Yeah.
You're in Chicago for the Bellator card, right?
In Chicago, in the hotel room, in the Palmer House. In your backyard, Belal.
Dude, I was like, why they have it at the Palmer House? It made no sense at all because it has a hotel attached to it. Like,
it's where we stayed 5 months ago when they were here in November.
That was the same one?
No, at that hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought you guys were. Well, I was like, why the heck did they put them back at that hotel?
I don't know. Schmo can't complain.
I was just on the phone with Jamal Hill. We're talking about the basketball game coming in July. What's going on with it?
Can't wait.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Dude, it's happening. And also, too, we're definitely going to have a bracket. We're going to have Remember the Show tournament that will probably be, we might have to release the bracket at International Fight Week 64. You guys will both be in the field of 64 because clearly your presence is welcome on your end as well as our end. So we got 2 of the 64 right here, Bully B, but we got to make it happen. I'm telling you.
Bro, I think that'll be the sickest thing ever. And especially like competitiveness. Both these guys were like, oh yeah, I'm down to do it. So it's always cool when you get guys that are like excited to be on the show. When you have those guys that don't want to play the show, it's boring. But guys that are excited, competitive. Schmo's been asking for it for a while. Aimann's been all of a sudden Aimann's been telling me that he's been wanting to come on the show now.
Listen, I'm a Belal Muhammad fan. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, I'm always retweeting your stuff, man. You're the best, bro.
I hope so. I hope it's not bandwagon because we got a lot of, I'm an original member. We got a bandwagons getting crowded for Mr. Muhammad after punching his tickets in that Super Bowl appearance.
Aiemann, are you going to be going to any of these fights coming up? International Fight Week. Would you be at the Umar fight? Do you like going to those places, or could you have your family? You're like, I'll stay in Canada until they come back.
UFC never invites me, man. Hopefully now they'll start calling my phone. We'll see. I've never been a guest appearing person at an event, but I would like to, man. It'd be nice. Now hopefully more on the map after the big knockout. We'll see if they call me to give me a chance to come out there and spend some time with the fans. It was great this time around. Like, the fans showed me so much love. Like, even leaving the cage was the first time they hugged me on my walk back and wanted to take pictures and selfies, and they asked me for autographs at the hotel. It was like my first real experience of all that. Like, I finally, I'm a UFC vet now. Finally, more people get to know me. So it's really good
to hear that, man. That is that's music to my ears, man. You deserve it. Nothing better.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It took 6 fights to nail it.
Hey,
did you have any of those random, hey, can I get some tickets? Like, is it a lot of people say they don't like sitting at home because of it, because everybody wants to see you the day before, everybody wants to eat with you. Like, was that annoying or no?
It's not annoying because, it's to be expected always. I'm just going to put on Do Not Disturb because people are messaging me. But You know, like I'm lucky that some people that I know from Montreal had moved there already, and a couple of other people came, so I had some tickets for them. But like my old crew, but before COVID, like it's really dwindled a lot because I told them, you know what, since COVID, I like when nobody comes. I just want to be in my room, watch my fights, watch my opponent's fights, watch my favorite fighters, and just zone in. And then I'll see you guys all when I get back. Even my wife, now she's banned. We're on a 3-fight hot streak without her, okay? She hadn't missed a fight since I'm 15 years old. All of a sudden, I'm on a hot streak. She can't come. It's done. Now she's out. She's out.
No, you joke, but it's a very good point. You know, Eric Nixick was adamant that Ige was in a beautiful space this week without little Bam, you know, trailing behind, juxtaposed to Beneil Dariush with his whole family in his hotel room. And I know everyone does it their own way, but I hear you.
Yeah. But I'm done with that whole thing. You know what? Nothing beats focus. Yeah, if I want to reach my peak, like I almost told Faraz when we were going to go to the shuttle, like don't go downstairs and get on the shuttle to go to the arena. I almost told Faraz, man, I don't feel as nervous as before. Like I was worried that I wasn't nervous enough. And I just told myself, you know what? Let's just live it and see if it was bad or good. Like let's not bring it up and like let me just live it. And then it ended up being great. I ended up having my best performance.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. No, I've had those fights where I've been like, man, I just feel so calm. And I like try to hype myself up. I listen to the rap or punching a wall or something. And like my coach Lou will be like this, bro, just chill. Like you just have fun. Like smile. Like you don't have to hype yourself up. You don't have to swear. Like I used to be in the locker room with Paul Felder. Paul Felder would like curse at everybody that's coming in there, elbow anybody that's coming in. And I was like, should I be doing what Paul's doing? I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not.
Hey, you never know.
Hey,
in the end,
you guys here. I hope the kids are out of the room right now.
Yeah, my kids are downstairs. Yeah, the kids are downstairs. But
all right, now it's about to be real game show time now. Let's
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Yes, let's do it. I'm ready, Schmo.
Amen.
Well, since both of you gentlemen dying to come on the program, I'm sure you're very familiar with the rules. But in case you're not.
No, I don't know them.
Only rule, shout bully for the buzzer. If you know the answer, shout bully. That's all you got to remember. If you get the answers right, you get the points. Wrong answer, points go to your opponent. Most points wins. Please shout bully. Good luck, boys. Lock it in.
Categories for today. First one, face mash. So these are two fighter faces mashed together. So imagine two fighters had a baby. This is what they would look like. Second one, nickname game. Every fighter got a nickname. You got to tell me what this fighter's nickname is. Name scramble. These are fighter names scrambled up. They're all from Canada. I hope you did your research, Schmo, because these are all Canadians.
Just to preface, are they the 16 active Canadians on the UFC roster?
They are not. They are not. There's some OGs in the mix.
Oh no!
Nice,
no!
Nice.
But you know they are. They're some of the best Canadian fighters to ever be in the UFC. And then who is he or she? These are guy fighters with girl filters.
Okay.
That's an easy one.
Watch the GSP one be 3 letters.
Schmo, you were here first, so I'll let you pick the first category. But either one of you guys can say bully.
Let's go. Nickname game 200.
Nickname game 200. Fighting this weekend, his nickname is Superman. Come on, guys. Give him some shit.
Oh, bully.
Schmo.
Ryan Spawn.
What? He's not fighting this weekend, Schmo.
He's not fighting. Oh my God, that's his nickname?
Yeah, I saw it. I'm like, dang, what the heck?
No, it can't be. It can't be. He's too Armenian for this.
He's not going to look like Superman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, points go to Aiemann. That was the easy one for him. Aiemann, you picked that too.
Okay, name scramble 100.
Name scramble 100. Canadian fighter here. This is an easy one.
Oh, bully.
Oh, bully.
Schmo.
Bully. Mike Moat.
There we go.
Let's go.
Damn it.
Mallet.
All right. Schmo's on a run now. Let's go. Schmo, you're up.
Face smash 200.
Face match 200. So this is two fighter faces here. Oh, this is the best one.
Oh, Bully.
Aiemann.
Is that Brock and Nordine?
Ah, come on, Aiemann. That's Islam.
No.
Oh,
Oh, that was such a good one. I made that one. Oh my god.
That was a tough one.
That was good.
You're up, Schmo.
face mash 100.
Face smash 100. 2 fighter faces here. Oh.
Tough, man. Good board so far. Tough.
Hey, these guys actually fought each other and now they are training with each other.
Bully.
Oh, Bully.
Schmo.
Yeah. It's Sean Strickland and Potan Alex Pereira.
There
There
we
you
go.
Yeah. These are tough, bro. These are tough. These are for chumps.
No, it's not
good,
going
though.
That
That's
was
here.
100,
Look for.
dude. That was 400.
I gotta watch more UFC just for this game.
You had to be ready. I told you. You thought this was going to be like layups? There's no layups here.
Yeah, fuck.
You get an easy knockout fight. Now you think you're going to get an easy knockout in the game? Come on. Come on, Schmo. You're up.
Who's up?
You're up, Schmo. It's Keeps.
Name Scramble 200.
Name Scramble 200.
Bully.
Another.
Bully.
Aiemann.
George St. Pierre.
Ooh, okay. We got a battle here.
Okay, here we go.
Aiemann, you're up.
Okay. Who is he or she 400?
Oh, man. These are the best. This is just a guy fighter.
One fighter.
So it's a guy
fighter.
in a girl filter?
Yeah.
Correct.
Damn, that's
Oh,
good. That's some good shit.
Bully. Bully. Sean Strickland.
I love it.
Let's
Oh,
go.
dude, nobody shouts bully like Schmo. I'm telling you.
That was an easy one. You're up, Schmo.
Name Scramble 400.
This is big right here, Aiemann. Ooh. Former UFC fighter.
Oh, Bully.
Aiemann.
Patrick Cote.
Come on, Schmo.
Yes. You got that one.
Dude.
Okay. It's a fixed game. Schmo, it's a fixed game.
Dude, you guys are battling back and forth. This is a battle right here.
I love
It's
it.
a hobby. It's in his blood.
You're up, Aiemann.
Okay, we're gonna go. Who is he or she 300?
Who is here? She 300.
Oh,
Bully!
Bully.
Schmo.
Patty the Batty. Let's go.
I love it.
It's Patty
Oh,
the
man.
Batty.
You're up, Schmo.
Patty the cutie. Patty the cutie now.
Face Smash 400.
Face smash 400. All right. 2 fighter faces here. Ooh.
Oh.
Fuck, I know
No,
one of the two.
Schmo knows one of them.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
That's the third Zahabi brother.
What the hell?
Come on.
That nose really throwing me off here. Are they in the same weight class, or does it have to be the same weight class?
They are the same weight class. This one's same weight class. And they may be
Oh,
fighting each
man.
other.
He'll give you another hint.
They may be
Okay,
fighting
bully,
each
bully,
other.
bully, bully, bully,
Amen.
bully, bully.
Amen.
Okay, Yair Rodriguez and Volkanovski.
No.
No.
You
got-
got, come on.
easy
Schmo, that was
Oh,
an
yeah,
easy
yeah, that's
one.
good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. That's
Woo,
good.
he
We're on
takes
fire
the
now.
lead. He takes
Okay.
the lead. Let's go.
Nickname game 100.
Nickname game 100. Fighting this weekend, King of Kung Fu.
Somebody does kung fu in the UFC.
Come on, guys. I gave you guys study guides.
Oh my god.
There was a
Is
lot
it
of spinning stuff.
okay?
He's a
Bully.
welterweight.
Oh,
Amen.
oh, he's a welterweight. No, never mind. I'm out.
No, you said bully. You said bully.
I
He
was
said
gonna say
bully.
Huang, the guy from South Korea, Huang. It's not
Well,
him. I
you're
guess.
wrong. He's not.
Yeah, I
wrong.
know I'm wrong. Thank you. Oh my god.
Oh.
Come on, guys. I'm trying to give this weekend card a little bit of hype.
Listen, the game's
Everybody
tight.
can't fight in Canada.
It is.
Who is he or she 100?
This is a tie.
Bully.
game.
Bully.
Oh.
Alkakui Tony Ferguson.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Tunisia.
Listen, Schmo has been to Brazil one too many times. He's seen a lot of these.
Who is here?
He can- That's his category, bro.
Ooh, this is a good one.
That is a good
Okay,
one.
Bully.
Amen.
It's Bobby Knuckles, no?
You got it.
Wow.
I
that
used
was
to
a
room
good
with
one.
him. We used to be dorm mates.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he used to stay at the dorms with me, man.
You trained at TriStar?
Yeah, for years, bro. 2 years, 3 years. We
Oh,
taught him how
wow.
to fight the one hand down when he was fighting Wonder Boy. That was the
No
whole
way.
idea, one hand down. Actually, no, sorry, not Wonder Boy. Sorry, when he fought Cole Smith, we taught him to fight with one hand down so he doesn't get taken down.
Ah, that's crazy. And he's
Yeah,
never
because
left
Cole
that.
didn't have the punching power.
Yeah.
Rob's a genetic freak, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's a beast. Let's do
Hey,
a
we gotta-
nickname game. Nickname game 300. Let's try it out.
Nickname game 300. Sergio Pettis fighting this weekend for the title, making his comeback. What's his nickname?
Boy,
Schmo.
SP.
Come on, Schmo. No, it's not.
I was gonna say the Phenom.
Come
I mean,
on,
he's
Schmo.
probably your boy. You probably call him SP, right, Schmo?
You were just at the weigh-ins.
Yeah, SP.
You're at Bellator?
Yeah. Hey,
Okay,
this
okay.
game is tight right here.
Still
There you
tight.
Okay, name Scramble 300.
This is a big one, Schmo. Don't blow it. Remember, Canadian fighter.
Rory, Bully.
Bully.
Amen.
Rory McDonald.
Woo!
I think we both clean sweep the category.
That was clean. Dang.
All right, Schmo, you need them
Oh,
both. You need them both
need
to
both
tie.
These questions here. You need both these questions. Amen. Which one you want first?
Okay, nickname game 400. Let's try it.
This is big. Corey Anderson.
Boy.
nickname. Schmo.
Bully. Overtime.
Oh! Woo!
Nice.
This is big.
Oh, get that
Final
tiebreaker
question.
ready, bone marrow.
Are you ready?
Face match 300.
This is it. This is it.
Bully.
Schmo.
Cheeto Vero and Henry Cejudo Triple C. Let's go. Yes. Eat it.
No way.
Ice
Dude,
water in
it was
his
meant to be
face.
tied, baby.
Oh, my God.
That's the best match we've had. Meant to be tied.
Bro.
Back and forth the whole way. Tied at a couple
Hey.
grand. Cody, what do you got, man? Bully, you looking something up?
Mo, you're as
I
cool
got-
as a cucumber, bro.
This is crazy right here. There will be a tie question right now. 1 second.
Oh
Good
my
luck.
God.
This is huge. This is the first. That was big right there, Schmo. That was a 3-point. That was a 3-pointer with
Listen,
0.5
the
seconds on the
show's
clock.
back in Chicago. It's the city that Jordan built. We don't just fucking throw in the towel. We come back and we beat the Pistons.
Man, that was huge. All right, guys. This is gonna be a trivia question.
All right,
Let
perfect.
me get to it. This one's gonna be interesting. So whoever says bully first. Let me get you guys a good one.
Is this the first tie? No.
This was the first tie. That was crazy.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You guys
Okay,
both improved your seating in the tournament. Go ahead, Bully.
this is big. You know, we just had the GOAT Amanda Nunes retire this weekend. That was huge, right? What was the first women's fight in UFC history?
Zahabi or no, hang on.
I'm a
Schmo, go
man,
ahead.
bro.
Schmo, go ahead.
Ronda
Three.
Rousey, Liz Carmouche.
The correct answer was Ronda Rousey, Liz Carmouche. You are the winner, Schmo.
Let's
You are
go! Yeah! The Schmo from the come behind. Like I said, the Schmo's back in Chicago, the greatest city in the world for 3 months of the year, Memorial Day to Labor Day. It's the city that Michael Jordan built. It's Walter Payton. It's nostalgic. It's Frank Thomas. It's Sammy Sosa. It's Rod Santos. It's you name it. Fill in the blank. Let's go. Zahabi, you tested the Schmo. You tried to Isaiah Thomas me, but the Schmo prevailed like Michael Jordan did. Let's go.
Bro, that was amazing. That was an amazing comeback. That was an amazing match. That was huge right there.
Congratulations,
high
Schmo.
seas
Congratulations.
Listen, congratulations to you. The Schmo was just carrying the torch and passed the baton. You had a great knockout. Then you gave the Schmo a great come from behind victory. We appreciate it.
Exactly.
We'll take care of you next
Well
time I see you around.
Count on it, partner.
Hey, I appreciate both of you guys, man. You guys are the best.
Thank you, guys.
Schmo, I'll see you
Appreciate it.
tomorrow.
Thank
Aiemann,
you.
you're the man. Appreciate
you,
both of you guys coming on.
Thank you, boys.
Have a great night. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Jason.
Thank
Later.
you, guys.
Bro, that was a game right there.
Dude, I tell you what, and I gotta say, we gotta have just two guests on the show. I don't know what else to say. It flowed beautifully, man. Dude, I love it.
Dude, that
Great
was so
game.
good, man.
I love it.
God dang it, man. That's crazy. And then that was a perfect, I think, overtime question, right? You know, Amanda Nunes retiring. What was the first time you women's MMA fight? Your boy's good. And we did it live.
Dude, say no more, dude. And I tell you what, man, both and Zahabi, nothing better than losing on Remember the Show and remembering what you did 5 days ago. You know, beautiful thing. All right, so we'll move along because we are going to give you one bic before we get out of here. But yeah, so you touched on Leon Edwards. Oh wait, Aljo, we didn't get to that fully. So Aljo, as I was saying before, I have so much respect for that man. So I believe he announced this is going to be his last bout at bantamweight. Most likely just clearing the space from a Rob Davalishvili. Maybe there's more out there than I'm not reading into. Cody, I don't know if there's more out there on this, but just Bully, your thoughts on that? Cody, did I miss anything on that?
No, you're spot on. I mean, he was basically been saying that for a while, but he officially confirmed it that the fight against O'Malley will be his last at 135. Said the weight cut's just getting a little old. And, you know, when Dana's buying you a Lambo, you got to move up. You got to move up weight class when you're riding around in a heavyweight vehicle like that. But definitely want to hear Belal's thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Marab, I'm definitely excited because, you know, this is going to be his last fight. I think this is, for him, he's done a lot at 135 at bantamweight to beat some huge names. I think he just wanted that Sugar Sean fight. That was definitely a huge name. But, you know, people talk, but let's see what happens when he wins, right? And especially with the Corey Sandhagen, Umar fight now. Both those are huge names. He's beaten Corey already. He hasn't beaten Umar. So if Umar gets a huge win, that'll be a huge fight with him and Aljo. So he says it now, but we'll see what happens if he does get through O'Malley and Umar gets through Corey. I think that'll be one of the biggest fights that the little guys can make, honestly.
Agreed.
Well,
Yes,
the
you
title
touched-
picture
go
is
ahead.
a lot clearer at 135 as well. You know, the 145 title picture is really not very clear right now. Volkanovski's still talking about wanting to fight Islam again. So, you know, there's a lot of murky waters there between 145 and 155. But, I mean, hey, sign me up for like a Aljamain Sterling, Max Holloway, you know? Like,
No, I was just listening to Max Holloway too. And Holloway was talking about he wanted to fight Justin Gaethje. Then he was like, Poirier. I think he has huge fights at 155. Him against Chandler. Bro, like, I think Max Holloway should definitely move up because the Korean Zombie fight's a great fight, but, you know, Korean Zombie hasn't been looking great the last couple of times. I think at 155, he has way bigger names that he hasn't fought yet. And, you know, I think he's dangerous to all those guys. I think his first time up there, he fought Poirier, but it was a war. It wasn't like he just got manhandled or anything like that. I think he could definitely compete at 155.
Well, and I don't think for that fight that he was really a 155er. He was a 145er, didn't cut weight. You know, being a 155er, look at Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier added on the weight. He got thicker. You know, Dustin Poirier beefed up for 155. And people forget, that Holloway was going to fight Khabib. I mean, can you imagine if that fight happened? Like the craziness if the doctors hadn't stopped his weight cut? I mean, that would have been a legendary fight. It's too bad that we lost that one.
Fades away.
But the last question on that, and then we can move on topics. If Aljo beats O'Malley, is he the best 135er of all time, unquestionably?
I would say so at this point. I mean, his only other competition would have been Dominic Cruz, but I think he's beating bigger names than Dominic Cruz right now. And just the run he's on has been so good. And he's been in the UFC he has to be up there with the wins at 135, right? Especially in the UFC. I think he has way more wins than Dominic Cruz in the UFC at 135.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I don't love the GOAT conversations, but to me, he's already punched it, if you want to know the truth. For me,
that's 'cause you're doing mushrooms with Dominic Cruz. You're a little biased out there.
No, I'm saying Aljo's already punched it. I'm saying Aljo's punched it. To me, I don't, you know, the win over Cejudo is a win. It doesn't, you know what I mean? That's a dub. And that to me, I don't know, man. It's the same way I think Cain Velasquez is the greatest heavyweight. Like, I don't, you know what, to me, it's sort of eyeball test, a little different. Anyway, so Bully, so you
does
you
have the
talked
most
about
wins all the time.
There you go. So you talk about Leon Edwards playing soccer, a little bit interesting, you know, and we were more going to lead this into sort of you and hopefully you'll fight. But what I'm sort of curious, like, are you enjoying your summer, bro, in a way that maybe you haven't? Because it is kind of a weird area to operate where there's really if Colby and Leon fight, like it's really likely that you are going to be waiting a little bit. Like, are you able to breathe a little bit? I know you're constantly training.
I mean, honestly, you know, I'm a guy that's, I haven't had like a vacation. Like I'm not on vacation. I've still been training. I've still been working. Nacho is going to be on that August 5th card. So I'm going to be training with him. Like I said, I'm training next week. I literally went to AKA, then I went to Vegas and I was training back-to-back weeks, different places. But I just want to know it. I just want it to be set. You know, I just want to have a date where I know, all right, these guys are fighting this date. Then I know when my timetable will be. I know what's next. I just want to have like a clear path of what's next because the waiting game is just so hard. It's so annoying, right? And even with that last fight, to win a fight like that on 3 weeks' notice, and then you're like, all right, maybe they'll book that Colby against Leon fight soon after that, but it's been a month now, and they still haven't gotten anywhere near booking those two.
Well, and it'd be interesting too, right? Because the October fight, Abu Dhabi, can you headline a Leon Edwards fight over Islam? I don't think so. I think you have to headline Makhachev, regardless of the fact that he's a lower weight class. Usually it's the heavier weight class.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I think Islam's going to be the headline no matter what. But I don't think that Colby keeps saying he's not going to fight in Abu Dhabi. So if that's the case, maybe they're going to push it to all the way November or something crazy. Or I think the UFC just added a card in September. So I'm hoping they added that card in September in Vegas for this reason, for booking this fight. So hopefully that's the case. But I think that one's on a Mexican Independence Day. So I know Alexa Grasso is going to be on there. But you know, they do add two fights.
Well, if they throw that in November, you know, I hope you find out soon and you can go on vacation, you know?
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
Seriously, you got next anyway.
Well, in I put soccer, but like, can we really even call what Leon was doing out there soccer? I mean, I played football my whole life. I bet I could have a little better chance in the goal than he did. That video was hilarious that Belal put out. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
Dude, you guys should see the bloopers of it. Like the bloopers are like the hardest. It took us like 25 takes to hit any of those. The last one where I did like that little scorpion thing, I was like, bro, what was that? Or I was like, do this one. I was like, bro, it doesn't make any sense.
Trying to get that Messi money.
Hey, so even though we're only doing one BIC, do we get the cool graphic or what?
Yeah, I can play the graphic.
I like it. Bully's BICs. I mean, I got to get the green graphic. All right, we're only going to do the main event. There's just not a lot of meat on this bone, in my opinion, from a gambling standpoint. But before you make your pick on the main event, any matchup this weekend, Bully, that sticks out to you or anything you're looking forward to see besides the main event?
I got a teammate on the card, Carlos Hernandez, on the card. So hope to see him rebound off his last fight. He's looking good. He looked on point this whole camp. He's a 25er, so it's going to be an exciting fight. Just there's a couple other fun fights on this card. Another guy, Dan Argueta, that I know he's going to be on that card. So there's a lot of fights on this card. I think it's going to be one of those sneaky good cards where there's a lot of action.
I love it. I'm kind of looking forward to watching a card at the Apex, to be honest. Feel like it's been a minute, you know? Cody is not.
No, I mean, I don't know if you'll be up for it. The card starts at 10 p.m. for the main card. So this main event's not going to go off till like 1 a.m. Eastern. Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, it's a late start. But yeah, wow. I mean, look, I'm over the Apex at this point. But, you know, I went at Bloody Elbow the other day on Twitter because they said, oh, well, it's lazy. I'm like, it's not lazy. It's called economics. It's smart. It costs the UFC 10% of what it costs them to go out somewhere. Do I think the product suffers? No, the fights are the same. But as a fan, do I like watching it in the Apex versus in, you know, a random US city? No, absolutely not.
I hear you. You know, just a little change of pace,
but,
you know,
hey,
little nostalgia from the pandemic for me.
If someone were to say, hey, Cody and Jason, you can come and watch fights at the Apex, I'd be like, this fucking Apex is the best. I love it.
I hear you. Well, Belal Muhammad's pretty calm, whether he's fighting in the Apex or in front of a big crowd, what I've come to see. All right, main event. Close one on paper. Yeah, Vittori's still a slight favorite, -125. Jared Cannonier coming back +105. So Vettori, unless it's Whitaker or Adesanya, he just gets it done. He's 29 years old. Dude doesn't turn 30 till September. Cannonier 10 years older than him. Bully, you were just with Vettori in Vegas, so certainly you were up close and personal. Both these guys have been active. I love it when Vettori's active. He fought in September, then in March. Now we get him again in June. Cannonier fought 3 times in 2022. Close one on paper. Bully was just grappling with Vettori. I don't know if he's picking Cannonier. Bully, start us off, main event.
Yeah, we got some grappling, we got some sparring then too. So Marvin's hungry, man. He looks good. He's so fast. He's, people underestimate how good his striking is. His hands are. His ground game is really good. His only issue is that he's not afraid to be in the fire. He's not afraid to take a couple punches, to give a couple punches. And you don't want to take a couple punches from Cannonier. He's so strong. His low kicks hurt. His body kicks, he just has that one punch power. I just don't think he has enough volume to keep up with Marvin. I think Marvin, his footwork is very smooth. He can throw in a couple takedowns here and there, and I think he can outpoint him a little bit. Not sitting there, you don't want to sit there and bang with a guy like Cannonier. Cannonier, he switches stances. His low kicks, his body kicks are hard, but he has those fights where he rarely throws. So he have those rounds where he'll throw 3 or 4 strikes. He'll stand in front of you. I think Marvin Vettori's footwork's going to be too much for him. His speed's going to be too much for him. And I think that Marvin's going to win a 5-round decision.
Bone marrow going the same way.
Yeah, I hate to, play with the grain here, but Vettori's never lost by anything other than a decision. He has 4 decision losses in the UFC. He has 7 decision victories. 78% of his wins in the UFC are by decision. Hasn't had a finish since 2020, and that was against Carl Roberson, who is in jail right now. So, I don't think that the odds are really, reflective of that as far as being a -125. I think she'd maybe be a little bit more of a favorite, but the money's definitely on Vettori by decision. Cannonier is a very tough guy. He's a tough out. So that's why I think that Vettori is going to get the decision here. Not because I don't think that Vettori can finish Cannonier, just because I think A, Cannonier's track record of not being finished is very good. And B, Vettori kind of likes to settle into a groove. And I think one would say he probably gets too comfortable in there, especially at the apex. So Vettori by decision seems like the play here.
Both gentlemen going with the Italian Marvin Vettori. I tell you, I'm not going to forget this episode 102 anytime soon of Remember the Show. You can be sure. We do need to get this tournament. International Fight Week's coming. You will be there, I can be sure. Yes?
Yeah, I'll be down there for that.
All right. So, I just popped up in my head today about this Remember the Show tournament, but I think it's a great way to format this show. So those of you out there, MMA Twitter, media personalities, fighters, coaches, hit us up on Twitter if you want to be in the field of 64. I think I put out those number 1 seeds today, but I think whether we do the bracket International Fight Week, whether we sponsor the basketball game, to get things going, but I'm telling you, it's happening.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think it's going to be hot, man. This is going to be huge. And especially, like I said, like when I asked Aiemann to come on the show, he was excited about it. I think there's other fighters out there. Any of you fighters out there, you slide into my DM. Tell me you want to.
Exactly.
All right. We don't we'll go any guests we have.
Exactly. Slide up in Belal's DMs all day long. He'll get back to you. Anyway, for the great Cody Merrow, as always, we're brought to you by the Anik and Florian Podcast and the #1 welterweight contender and the ultimate fighting champion. Remember the name, Belal Muhammad. My name is Jason Anik. We'll see you next Thursday night, and remember the show. Have a great evening. Peace.